Hey, but the summer of Tire Rack Sweepstakes. What is that? You've not been listening? Bad job by you. The summer of Tire Rack Sweepstakes rolls on. Amazing. We had our first winner announced on Sunday. One winner has already been selected to win a set of 4 brand spanking new tires. How cool is that? Yeah. Everyone needs tires, right? This is wonderful. And what better place to get tires from than tirerack.com? Now, 2 more winners. 2 have an opportunity to win a set of 4 tires, and that includes installation, right? You get that. You get the taxes and fees all covered, valued at up to $1,500. Hello. Give me some of that, right? I'm not eligible, but you are. And it's very simple to sign up. Enter daily. You can do it right now. You don't have to wait. Do it right now. Enter daily, which gets you a new entry into the contest every single day. Your new favorite website, foxsportsradio.com. That's the site. You go to foxsportsradio.com. Boom, you fill out your information right there and boost your opportunity, your chance to win. And 2 more winners, again, 2 more will take home a set of 4 brand spanking new tires from our friends at tirerack.com between now and August 27th. So you still have time, but don't waste it. To enter and get the rules and regulations, visit foxsportsradio.com. And it's sponsored by tirerack.com, the way tire buying should be. Get those tires. Our lead story coming from the NFL, and a story that warms my heart. Bad blood. Bad blood. It's a story that we talked about at the end of last week. The story has evolved. It has changed a wee bit, and we can update you. Still got legs, though. I like the fact that the story still got legs. Sean Payton, you might remember we ranted and raved like lunatics for several hours as Sean Payton had a verbal undressing of the incompetent Nathaniel Hackett, the former coach in Denver. And we pointed out at that time, after a special minutes-long investigation, that Sean Payton was doing that to dissolve Russell Wilson of any culpability for being a bag of puke with the Broncos the previous years. Like, well, it wasn't his fault. You had the village idiot coaching the Broncos, but now that guy's gone. So Sean Payton went scorched earth. People with the Broncos got upset. So Payton attempted to walk back from the flamethrower that he was shooting flames out of, walked back from that at the behest of the Broncos organization. So that's where it was when we left it into the weekend. Now, over the weekend, the Jets suck, the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers stepped into the ring to give his opinion on the situation. And unlike the decorum that others have shown around the Jets, Aaron Rodgers decided to fight fire with fire. So if you didn't hear what he had to say, we have the audio tape. So let's go to the audio tape. Here is Aaron Rodgers commenting on his opinion of Sean Payton's performance. Take a listen.
It made me feel bad that someone who's accomplished a lot in the league is that insecure that they have to take another man down to set themselves up for some sort of easy fall if it doesn't go well for that team this year. Thought it was way out of line and inappropriate, and I think he needs to keep my coach's names out of his mouth.
Okay, right to the point. So let us discuss the question. What did you think of Aaron Rodgers? As you heard there, the money part of that quote, there were a couple of money lines in that, but the insecure part of it, as Aaron Rodgers calls an NFL head coach, Sean Payton, insecure. Oh, we got something. So I've got jiggy, religious revival, and luxurious day spa, a luxurious day spa. We'll combine all of these things together, and we are going to make some old socks is what we're going to make. I don't know why. Why not? All right, so A, to answer the question of what did we think of Aaron Rodgers calling Sean Payton insecure, loved it. Loved it. Give me more. I would like Sean Payton to go back and rebut what Aaron Rodgers had to say. I don't believe he will. He's been called to the carpet, Sean Payton, so I doubt that will happen. But Aaron Rodgers writing a little love note to Nathaniel Hackett via a haymaker counter punch back at Sean Payton. Bare knuckle boxing. That's the defense here for the ex-Green Bay comrades who are now teamed up in New York, right? Rodgers and Nathaniel Hackett. They fell in love at Lambeau Field with the Packers back in the day. And here's Aaron Rodgers bobbing and weaving as he goes on the counteroffensive here and leaving Sean Payton a little bruised and battered from the verbiage. Now, there's no doubt that Aaron Rodgers is a huge sycophant of Nathaniel Hackett. Like, the part of this story, the thing that stood out to me when I saw Rodgers rant and I heard the words that Aaron Rodgers opined about Sean Payton, I was thinking, wow, they must be really pissed off in Denver. Because the only reason Nathaniel Hackett was hired as the coach of the Broncos was to bring in Aaron Rodgers. If you looked at the guy's resume, you wouldn't hire him as your head coach. You wouldn't hire him as your plumber. But Nathaniel Hackett got hired as the Broncos head coach to bring Aaron Rodgers from Wisconsin to Colorado. And then the Broncos had to settle for the consolation prize, Russell Wilson. And how did that work out? Don't ask. Do not ask how that worked out at all. Horrific. Now, nevertheless, so Aaron Rodgers, his defense, he not only goes right to the insecure card, he then gets jiggy with it, channeling and parroting the words of Will Smith from a couple years ago. Big award show there in Hollywood. Remember Will Smith? Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. So there's Aaron Rodgers. Is he married to Nathaniel Hackett? Wow. I think Hackett's already married. I wonder how his wife feels about this. Aaron Rodgers, man. Total defense for Nathaniel Hackett. And treating Sean Payton like Chris Rock, the metaphorical slap right across the face there in the rebuttal. How dare you? All right, now page 2 here. Staying with the Jets. Free agent running back Dalvin Cook. Remember him? Yeah, he's still hanging in the wind, waiting for a job to materialize in the NFL. Training camps are going on for about 10 days for most teams. And so Dalvin Cook paid a visit to the airport to visit the Jets at training camp there in Florham Park, New Jersey. I don't know anywhere else I'd rather spend a nice summer day than Florham Park, New Jersey. But there he was, Dalvin Cook, over the weekend hanging out. He was given a hero's welcome by the Jets fans. Cook was being wooed not only by the Jets, but he's been wooed by the Dolphins. He's from that area. And also the New England Patriots have been smitten kittens for Dalvin Cook. So he's got everyone outside of Buffalo that are interested in his services in the AFC East. So how do you classify the Jet fans' welcome to Dalvin Cook? So my word here is purifying. If you're Dalvin Cook, it was purifying. And the Jet fan, it was like a worship service. This happened on Sunday morning. A day and a time of the day normally reserved for a trip to the Tabernacle. But in this case, you were watching the Jets practice in Florham Park. And just to give you an idea of how crazy this was, we have a little clip. It was like a religious revival here. And take a listen as the Jets fans serenaded Dalvin Cook as he walked out on the practice field. Not practicing because he hasn't signed with the Jets, but take a listen.
Dalvin Cook!
Dalvin Cook! Dalvin Cook! Yeah. Yes, the crowd goes wild there. So, wow. Okay. He hadn't even signed yet with the Jets. So, does the glorifying give the Jets an edge for Dalvin Cook? What you just heard, the rhythmic chanting for Dalvin Cook, and I am shaking my head no. I'm shaking my head no. Here's why. It's all about the spreadsheet. It's all about the spreadsheet. Because Dalvin Cook's already got an offer, standing offer from the Miami Dolphins, if you believe the scuttlebutt around the NFL. So this is who has the most shekels they want to throw at Dalvin Cook. The highest bidder wins the prize. And not the loudest chant. That does not qualify. It was good, though, for the self-esteem of Dalvin Cook to hear the crowd go wild. Now, the last word on this, we're going to move away from the Jets altogether. We go across the country to the state of Arizona, the Grand Canyon state, where the sun is booming, like 120 a day most days this time of the year in Arizona. And they have a new coach, Jonathan Gannon, this guy making some headlines there in the Valley of the Sun, quite the hullabaloo for the Cardinals. If you didn't see this, Gannon is demanding, it's going to blow you away, a boss demanding accountability from his employees. Now that is ruffling feathers in Arizona. I'm not kidding, by the way. According to the left tackle for the Cardinals, somebody named DJ Humphries, we're not sure who that is, but he's a large person, gets paid a lot of money. So the left tackle for the Cardinals said, it's been a culture shock. This is a quote. It's been a culture shock. Quote, it ain't even been a gradual shift. It's shock. It's get ready or get going. Close quote. All right, so how do you explain the, in air quotes, culture shock for the Arizona football team that is going on right now? So this is a direct referendum on the male model Cliff Kingsbury and his coaching technique. It is, right? This is a total referendum of Cliff Kingsbury. There's no other way to break this down. There's no other way. He was not only a coach in the NFL, he was the innkeeper at a luxurious day spa, Cliff Kingsbury. It was a holistic retreat there, surrounded by cactus and golf courses in Arizona, offering the all-inclusive enclave there. You can go hang out if you play for the Cardinals. The last couple of years, they got the sauna over there. They've got loofahs. If you need a loofah, you can get a loofah there with the Cardinal logo on it there, and a mani and a pedi, all that stuff available as well. They got the whirlpool bath if you want that. Of course, they still have that because that's all NFL teams have that. But social media breaks, if you forgot, Cliff Kingsbury is the guy that brought the social media breaks to NFL, the NFL world. That, to our knowledge, never before had an NFL team been allowed in the middle of a meeting to have a break so they could update the gram or whatever social media is hot. Cliff Kingsbury brought that to the Cardinals. He also paused practice to give out juice boxes. Just like when you were playing sports when you were a kid, you get a little juice box. That was Cliff Kingsbury. So those are all inventions from Cliff Kingsbury's reign in Arizona, which, hard to believe, did not work. I am shocked by that. You would think all that stuff would go very well. So no, the juice boxes, the social media breaks did not translate into wins. So those days are over. There's a new sheriff in town. This always happens, though, when you change coaches. You bring a hard-ass coach in to replace a softie. And then when you get rid of the hardo coach, you bring in the softy again. The yin and the yang, that's been, as long as they've changed coaches in sports, that's always been the way that 95% of the time they operate. Unless you know somebody and there's nepotism involved, then you can change it up. But all of these changes by Jonathan Gannon in an effort to salvage and recover the pathetic career of Kyler Murray, an abject failure. An abject failure for the Arizona Cardinals. They paid him, and they immediately regretted it. They put clauses in the contract to keep him away from the games, and not the games on the field, the video games. And so that this was put in. Jonathan Gannon put all this stuff in, not really for the rest of the team, but for Kyler Murray. Alligator Arms Murray is the personification of the pampered athlete that just doesn't quite seem to get it, and everyone knows it, and he's gotten away with it for a while. But the Cardinals paid him before he had earned the money. And now he's got the, not forever contract, but for a very good amount of time contract. And so this guy, Jonathan Gannon's come in there. He's tasked with cleaning up and bringing in things like accountability and punctuality. And as the old quote goes, stay off the PlayStation, Kyler. Stay off the PlayStation, please.